David Shaw, Bushman's Hole, 2005. They all went in thinking they'd come back. Only one thing went wrong in each case, and that's all it takes. One mistake, one moment to nearly die. This is RealDepth, and in 8 minutes we'll show you 4 times survival wasn't about strength, but science. David Shaw, Bushman's Hole, 2005. He went deeper than any man before him to bring a body back. David Shaw dove into one of the deepest underwater caves on Earth, 270 meters. His mission: retrieve the body of another diver lost a decade earlier. He filmed it all. The descent, the failure, the panic. CO2 built in his rebreather, his lungs couldn't keep up, his brain shut down before he realized he was dying. They found him days later, still strapped to the body, footage still recording. At extreme depths, carbon dioxide narcosis shuts down mental function. You die confused, not screaming. It was supposed to be the final dive. David Shaw wasn't just a diver, he was a legend. One of the few who could go where no one else dared. In 2004, he dove 270 meters deep into Bushman's Hole, a submerged cave in South Africa. Down there, he found a body, a diver who had died 10 years earlier, Dion Dreyer. He saw it, filmed it, and came back. 1 year later, he returned to bring the body up. He had a plan, a camera on his helmet, one on his buddy diver. He'd go down, attach the body to a lift bag, and ascend. He reached the body, but then the bag tangled. The corpse, partially decomposed, floated unpredictably. CO2 built in his rebreather. He overbreathed. Panic set in. At 270 meters deep, you can't just go up. It's a 1-hour ascent. David collapsed and never resurfaced. They found his body days later, still strapped to the other diver. Still recording. At that depth, oxygen becomes toxic. Carbon dioxide becomes the silent killer. Rebreathers recycle your air. But if you breathe too hard, CO2 floods the system. You lose judgment before you even feel it. David Shaw died trying to honor another diver, but the cave took them both. Michael Ryan, Milltown Cave, 2010. The cave wasn't dangerous until the rain came. Michael was mapping Milltown Cave in Ireland when stormwater flooded the entrance. Trapped, no food, little air, no light. For 28 hours he focused on one thing: breathing slower. Rescuers reached him just as oxygen levels were running out. Stress speeds up breathing. Calm slows oxygen use and keeps the brain clear longer. Psychology buys time. Michael Ryan knew the cave. He had explored it before. But caves change. It was September 2010. Michael entered Milltown Cave in Ireland, a narrow, active cave system. The weather was calm, but underground, nothing stays still. Hours in, the storm hit above ground. Rain poured. Water rushed through cracks and tunnels. The entrance flooded silently. When he tried to leave, there was no exit. His partner escaped. Michael didn't. He was trapped inside an air pocket. No food, no light, no sound. He laid down, slowed his breath, didn't scream, didn't move. He knew panic burns oxygen. For 28 hours he waited, in total darkness, until a rescue diver surfaced and saw a faint motion. Michael, alive? Michael survived using psychological regulation, not tools. By slowing his breathing, he preserved oxygen and mental clarity. He didn't fight the cave. He outlasted it. Josh Bratchley, Tennessee Cave, 2019. He rescued others, then it was his turn. A world-class cave diver, hero of the Thai soccer team rescue. But this time, he was alone. A miscalculated dive, darkness, trapped in a flooded tunnel for 27 hours. No panic, no noise. He meditated and waited. In sensory-deprived environments, tactical breathing and mental anchoring reduce panic responses. He had rescued others from a flooded cave in Thailand. Now he was trapped in one himself. April 16, 2019. Josh Bratchley, a British cave diver and rescue expert, entered Mill Pond Cave, Tennessee, part of a training mission. The water was cold, visibility low. But for Josh, it was familiar, predictable. Until it wasn't. He took a wrong turn, entered a silty passage. His light failed. He tried to retrace his route, but stirred the silt. Visibility dropped to 0. He was surrounded by total black. No panic. No screaming. Just stillness. Josh switched off his light, floated, conserved heat, and waited. For 27 hours he stayed in complete darkness. In cold water, alone. When rescue divers reached him, he was calm, alert, coherent. He simply said, "Thanks, I'm ready to leave." Josh survived using prefrontal override, the ability to suppress fear through training. In the dark, most people panic. Josh Bratchley prepared for it. Cecilio López-Tercero, Morca Cave, Turkey, 2023. Spain, he's exploring Turkey's Morca Cave, 1,000 meters deep. And suddenly, internal bleeding. Too weak to climb, too unstable to move. A 200-person international rescue mission forms. It takes 10 days, but they save him. Modern rescue teams use IVs, rehydration, sedation, and cave-specific medical kits to stabilize victims in place before transport. He didn't fall. He didn't get lost. His body broke down 1,000 meters underground. September 2nd, 2023. Cecilio López-Tercero, a veteran Spanish caver, is exploring Morca Cave in southern Turkey. At over 1,000 meters deep, the cave is tight, cold, and completely cut off from the surface. Then it happens. He starts vomiting blood. Severe gastrointestinal bleeding. He's going into hemorrhagic shock. He radios up, "I can't move. I'm fading." At that depth, rescue takes time. Days, and he's dying by the hour. A rescue team begins forming. Doctors are lowered into the cave. They bring IV fluids, medicine, oxygen. Inside that cave, they build a field hospital underground. They stabilize him, insert a line, rehydrate, then begin pulling him out. Slowly, safely. After 10 days, Cecilio sees sunlight again. At that depth, altitude is pressure. Air is cold. Blood flow slows. And internal bleeding becomes lethal fast. Stabilization, not speed, is what saves lives. Sometimes survival doesn't mean climbing. It means lying still and letting the world come to you. Caves don't choose who gets out alive. But preparation, knowledge, and humility might give you a chance. They weren't superheroes. They just understood something most people don't. The human body doesn't give warnings until it fails. Subscribe to RealDepth for more stories that aren't just told, they're explained.